CEE ambaye ni afisa mkuu wa wahariri hapa katika shirika la Standard anazungumza sasa hivi. Hebu tumsikilize.
And as a matter of fact, I spoke to her as soon as Kwambai and Seth told me yesterday, only yesterday, that Raidio Maisha will be having a bash here today, and she sends her greetings. And as a matter of fact, she gave me a speech to read, not a speech, a few comments, 2 paragraphs to read out to you. And I would like to do that, dispense with it, and then go to my own written speech. Thank you very much. So, this is what our CEO has to say to all of you. Congratulations to Raidio Maisha on your 15th anniversary. Or Anjogu, should you read this thing? But don't, because your name is here. So today we celebrate 15 incredible years of bringing entertainment, information, and nurturing of young talent to Kenyans. The number 15 symbolizes love, creativity, and a vibrant journey. Qualities that you've embodied throughout these years. Your dedication to delivering quality content has truly made a difference in the lives of many. Shout out to Anjogu, you have been phenomenal. As I reflect on your achievements as the leading and popular Swahili station, I want you to know that I would have loved to be with you in person during this joyous occasion. Though I find myself in a place in between at the moment, I am with you in spirit. I kindly ask for your prayers as I navigate this time in my life. Here is to many more years of success, laughter, and connection. Keep shining and inspiring. Warmest regards, Mario Mwangi. Hello, sir. So, that is from our CEO, and I hope we have all, received it with grace and warmth. So, looking at all of you here this morning and taking in this energy and excitement, I have no doubt that Raidio Maisha has a great future. But as Bob Marley would say, in this great future that is ahead of us, we cannot forget the past. How many people know those words? Hey, wapi hawa ma DJ? Amujui hiyo exactly. Which song is that taken from? No woman, no cry. He was singing about love. This generation does not know how to fall in love. I would like you to go and listen to that song by Bob Marley. It will teach you a few lessons about love, about resilience, about staying on despite the fact that things are hard. So Bob Marley sings and says, things have now changed. There is a great future ahead of us. But in this great future, we must not forget the past. And that is the story of Raidio Maisha, isn't it? So in that same song, Bob Marley sings and says that Bobby would make the fire light. How many of you have lit a fire using firewood in a small shack? Hands up. Thank you very much. And then you would make for me what? Cook for me porridge, right? How many of you have taken porridge? Very good. But these days, what do you say? Nikai hapa nipike uji. Hakuna. You can't stay. You move and move on. However, Bob Marley says, in this great future, that past that informed, that brought you up to here, we cannot forget the past. I am emphasizing that because I really want to send out a heartfelt gratitude to those people who started Raidio Maisha. Evelyn has said that when Raidio Maisha began, she was here. When Raidio Maisha began, I was almost here. And when I joined, Raidio Maisha is one of those stations that I helped, through people like Thomas Japani and others, to actually strengthen from an editorial side and to make sure that the baby would survive. And I'm so happy that here today, 15 years later, this baby has grown. And I would like to send my gratitude to those people because I am very big on appreciating history before we get to where we are. We are here today because those people did something wonderful. And we would be completely wrong to arrive here and pretend like we are the ones who have all the solutions and who know how to run media houses and so on and so forth. There are people who came here before us and they did a wonderful job. Some of them might have done mistakes along the way. It is the nature of life. But the truth of the matter is we survived because they did certain things right. And I want us to take those certain things and add on to our own right certain things and move forward. Thank you very much. Those who saw the birth of the now gorgeous 15-year-old Raidio Maisha, those who held her hand and taught her how to walk, wherever they are, we thank them. And those of you who know some of them, please thank them for us. And if you can invite some of them to the drink that I'm told Kwambai will be buying tomorrow. I'm a journalist, so I quote. She's the one who said it. You can invite some of them over. I hear you've invited fans. I hope you invited a few former wonderful people. Over the past 15 years, this station has consistently entertained, educated, and informed millions across Kenya. And now through digital expansion, the world. Along the way, it has received numerous accolades, including the Kuza People's Choice Award for 4 consecutive years. I had Kwambai say 5. Maybe I got my facts wrong, but 5, he says. So 5 consecutive years. And it proudly stands as one of the nation's leading radio stations. From a small team of about 5 critical people, we now stand at 25 plus. We will know after Sharon gives away a few more vouchers. From a small squeezed basement studio, we now have a roomy, swanky one. How many of you saw the old Raidio Maisha studio downstairs? I know. Was that a studio? That was torture for you, right? But now look. Look at what you have. From a terrestrial-only radio station, we now have audiovisual functionalities and possibilities, and we are digital. Based on all this and the energy I feel in this room, there is no doubt, I reiterate, that Raidio Maisha has a great future. It is a future we have to be ready for and realistic about. Besides the usual competition for market share, we are aware of the complexity of the media terrain globally. Yet, we take consolation in the fact that despite widespread media disruption, radio remains king. Before I came here, I used to work for NGOs all over the place, and one of them was a great NGO called Internews. And Internews sent me all over Africa to do media assessments, which included evaluating radio stations and media consumption patterns and so on. And I can tell you, without fear of contradiction, that radio remains king. A lot of people listen to radio. We hear stories of the media moving online. Absolutely, media has moved online, has become digital. But trust me, radio still remains king. So those of you in this room, you will still have a job ahead of you for many years to come, so long as you tap into your talent. So radio remains king. And that's why the Standard Group PLC is betting on radio as a key plank in its recovery plan to survive and thrive. That's why we are making necessary investments. Kwambai can tell you I talk to him every day and ask him what he needs. Some of the things he tells me are weird, he needs a lot. But some of the things he tells me are doable, and we facilitate where it is necessary. So that's why we are making necessary investments to get Raidio Maisha back to its #1 position in its category everywhere, terrestrially, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, name it. Wherever there are radio audiences, there we will go, offering unrivaled quality information, entertainment, and value for our advertisers. As part of Standard Group PLC's wider digital strategy, we want to position Raidio Maisha to meet our audiences where they are, at home, at work, on the move, and online. Even if they go abroad, we will catch them there. We will not leave them. We are dynamic, we are visual, and we are ready for the next generation of listeners and viewers. We also want to have an intellectual edge over our competitors. This is something that we don't emphasize too much on radio, but we must have an intellectual edge over our competitors. We envision a Raidio Maisha that is more than just a station, one that is a platform for ideas, a stage for rising talent, a hub of cultural celebration, and a driver of national conversation. If we don't do these things, then we are achieving nothing as a radio station in this beautiful country of ours. We not only want to inform and entertain, we actually want to make it our mission to empower. So as you come to work every day, think about the people you can empower out there with the talent that God gave you, and using the infrastructure that the Standard Group board, shareholders and management have put in place. Empower. The people who have greatest impact on earth are people who have empowered others, not people who have disempowered others. So come to work and empower others through your work. What will we need to get there besides these organizational investments that I'm talking about? We already have what it takes. Hard work, I've heard about that quite a lot in this meeting. Creativity, collaboration, visionary and inspiring leadership. But let me add one ingredient that we rarely talk about, and that is called ethics. Many people don't consider ethics as part of what they must observe to succeed. And yet, perhaps ethics is all they need to observe in order to succeed. You've heard stories of media people, some of them perhaps your colleagues or people you know, who defraud their employers through unethical practices like selling mentions on radio and pocketing the money that the organization should have made, and through that making of that money pay your salaries, receiving bribes to kill stories that would have earned the organization some positive reputation and of course revenue through trusting audiences, inflating expenditure to make a kill on the side and therefore making the cost of doing business exorbitant, and even snitching on the employers to the competition. So for example, we have a hot story and before we know it, everybody has it. And we have put a lot of finances in crafting that story, and so on and so forth. So I want to emphasize that you cannot succeed without a system of moral principles of right and wrong, principles of integrity, honesty, honor, responsibility, fairness, etc. Let us do good for Raidio Maisha, Standard Group, our audiences, our advertisers, and our country. Trust me, you will be rewarded in unimaginable ways. What do they say? Karma is, what do they say? I'm not going to say it, you will say it. Karma is, so what you do comes back to you, okay? You are punished for it somehow or other, okay? So let's do good. I repeat, let's do good for Raidio Maisha, Standard Group, our audiences, our advertisers, and our country. Trust me, you will be rewarded in unimaginable ways. I reserve my conclusion to those of you who are here present today. To our presenters, thank you very much. Our producers, our support staff, and everyone else behind the scenes. People out there don't know what it takes to produce a show. There are so many things that happen, so many minor things and huge things that come together to form a beautiful show that people can listen to or view out there and enjoy and find value in. So all of you who contribute towards that, I wish to thank you. You have worked tirelessly year after year to deliver excellence. Today, we celebrate your hard work, your creativity, and your resilience. To our loyal audiences, you are the reason we exist. You, not us. You are the reason we exist. Thank you for your continued support, for voting us #1, and for growing with us. Your feedback shapes our path, and we promise to keep listening and innovating to ensure that every broadcast adds value to your life. To our advertising partners, your belief in Raidio Maisha has fueled our journey. With the enhanced audiovisual experience, we offer you even more value: interactive product placements, real-time brand activations, and richer engagement with consumers. We invite you to partner with us as we redefine radio for a multimedia era. And once again, happy 15th birthday, Raidio Maisha. For today, let us party, let us make merry, let us re-energize, because we have work ahead. And what is that work? Reclaiming the future. We just have to claim that future for ourselves and posterity. And thank you all very much, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that.
Bila shaka huo ni mhariri mkuu mtendaji wa shirika la Standard Group akitoa hotuba yake kuenzi na kuzungumzia miaka 15 ya kuwa hewani ya Radio Maisha, ambapo amezungumzia mengi sana, akiwapongeza wale waasisi na wale ambao wanaendeleza Radio Maisha kwa sasa, akiwataja kwamba juhudi zote hizi za pamoja zimeifanya Radio Maisha kufika penye ilipo na kuhakikisha kwamba inakuletea burudani, elimu na vile vile matangazo yenye haiba ya juu kwako wewe mtazamaji na msikilizaji. Kwa hivyo usikose kuungana nao wenzetu kutoka Radio Maisha ambao wanaadhimisha miaka 15 leo hii. Sherehe zinaendelea na zitakuwa bado hadi kesho. Takupasha zitakuwa wapi kesho sherehe hizi za Radio Maisha. Tupate pumziko fupi, tukirudi tutakuja kuingia katika mjadala. Tuangazie masuala pevu ambayo ni masuala ya siasa. Je, msamaha kwa Gen Z kutoka kwa Rais William Ruto umepokelewa? Na kama haujapokelewa, kwa nini? Na je, amehitaji mwaka mzima kuomba msamaha? Ilihitajika mwaka